Hi there, friends. It's Bill McDonald, the Reading and Writing Doctor. Welcome to Countdown to Test, Part 3 of Revising. Before I get into an elementary and a secondary question on combining sentences, which was what many of you were saying you struggle with, I want to show you a helper that I made with the help of a couple of teachers in El Paso that would help us with what we call the process of E. Let's see, E, there's an E there. Eliminate. How to eliminate. Elimination. Okay. Now, the cool thing about editing and revising is everything is either going to be multiple choice, or if the three are the multiple choice, then the other one is going to be um, not a B, but a D, a drop down. Okay. Or it could be text, text entry. Those are the only ones that are for editing and revising. But what I want to show you today in our short video this time, I promise, is a young lady who's going to help your kids with the process of elimination in their editing and revising emergency room. This is going to be on page 17. And so if you look at her head, and so I would suggest you actually have your kids try to draw some of these, maybe work on the head first, the misses part, and they can work on the PVC part later. But the reason that most of the kids get the answers wrong are because the distractors are so strong. I'll say it again. The reason kids get answers wrong is because the distractors are so strong and we don't eliminate them. So the M, meaning, missing. If it changes the meaning or something is missing, then you'll eliminate. Look at the eyeballs. If I see repetition or I see a run on, I will make a little red brick with repetition around the word or phrases. I will cross off when I run on. That means the sentence is too long. There's two sentences usually when there should only be one. And we're asking ourselves, do I eliminate or not? The S of Mrs. P.V.C. If the subject is missing, if the head is not there of the sentence, because a sentence has to have a subject and a predicate. So if one of those are missing, we eliminate. And so I made her hair. We have evens and odds, and so uh, we're either going to eliminate, or like I said, we'll do text entry or drop down on editing and revising. But typically, most of the time, it's going to be 3 eliminates and 1 select. Okay. If the answer is not specific to what they're talking about, we eliminate. As we mentioned, if the predicate is missing in the sentence that we're looking at for editing or revising, we eliminate. If they change the point of view from first person to second person or third person, uh, then we eliminate if it wasn't supposed to do that. Is the verb tense, is it Past, where I'm putting my hand behind me. Present, I'm pointing down. Future, if the verb tense changes, we eliminate. If the answer choice is too vague and there's one that's more specific, then we eliminate the one that's too vague and we select the one that's more specific. If it changes the content, then we can't select it. We have to select something that improves the conventions and improves the content without uh, ruining the grammar, which is cups, or if without changing the content, which is organization and development, that something is wrong there. And so um, people will ask me, uh, do I read the passage first or the question? Well, because we noticed in the last video that some questions are only about a word or a phrase or a line. Remember that from our last video, uh, the order, the combining, the uh, teeter-totter transition between two sentences or a phrase, you would probably want to say, let's look at some of the questions first, because if I only have to go to the passage, the selection, and read one or two sentences, then I should probably do the ones that have less content. So there you have it, Mrs. PVC. And so if your kids would just draw a cylinder PVC pipe for the body, they can write the little feet with question and passage. They could draw a head that has some elimination hair, the two R's for repetition run-on, the S for the subject, but the gist, you get it. These are all the reasons why you would eliminate in editing and revising. So that does it for part 3 of our uh, countdown to star, uh, the revising part 3.